There is nothing as powerful as a changed mind. You can change your hair, your clothing, your address, your spouse, your residence. But if you don't change your mind, the same experience will perpetuate itself over and over again because everything outwardly changed, but nothing inwardly changed. If you want something out of life, if you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, changing your behaviors, overcoming negative habits, it's challenging. It's hard. Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. The only thing that's going to make you happy, my friend, in this year or any other, is to step up. It's to raise the standard. It's to discover what you're capable of and feel that incredible power pushing through whatever's holding you back and get to the other side of more of your true self. That's what this game's all about. When you step into your fears and continue to push yourself to go on, something happens for you. If you look at somebody who's really successful and you think, wow, I mean, they're so amazing, they're such a genius, you got to dig underneath and you got to remember something. People are rewarded in public for what they've practiced for years in private.
Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, familia. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. We are rewarded in public for what it is that we do in private. Let's go ahead and dive into today. Grand Rising. Super excited. We got a great topic coming in for you today. How to go ahead and solve your problems. I got 3 tips for you how to go ahead and put them in perspective and how to go ahead and get them solved. So before we go ahead and dive into today's topic, as you know, we've been going through the 28 days of gratitude. So let's go ahead and start the day off with what is your piece of gratitude for today. Grateful to be alive, grateful for God, grateful to be healthy, grateful for all the abundance, all the lessons, all the trials, the tribulations. Everything is working out in our favor. Every day is Christmas. We expect miracles and we get miracles. So let's go ahead and get into the gratitude for today. All right. So today we're on day 8 of the magic for those of you that are actually following along with the book, right? But if you're not, I'm going to go ahead and go through it real quick so you guys can get an idea of today's topic. Today's topic was called the magic ingredient, okay? And here's the paragraph for today. Giving thanks, right? For those of you, actually drop some 3s. I want to see this real quick before we dive in. Drop some 3s down below if you pray before you eat your food. Right? Before you go eat your meals today, before you eat your lunch, your dinner, whatever it is that you eat, how many of you actually pray before you eat your food? I'm actually really curious because this is part of what I'm talking about on today's topic. So drop it down below. Okay? If this is you, this is going to hit you like a brick today. So here we go. Giving thanks for the food that you eat is a tradition that has been followed for thousands of years, dating back to the ancient Egyptians. With the fast pace of life in the 21st century, taking the time to give thanks for a meal has more often than not been left behind. But using the simple act of eating and drinking as an opportunity to be grateful will increase the magic in your life exponentially. To even feel more grateful for food, take a moment and think about all the people who contributed to you having food to eat. Think about all the meat growers, fishermen, dairy farmers, coffee, tea growers, the packaged food companies, the farmers, all these who work tirelessly to produce the food that we eat. This is big. This really puts life into a whole different perspective when you go out and you eat your next meal, right? Personally, I don't really eat meat, but I'm still showing respect to all the farmers, those who actually took the time to actually make this a possibility to where I don't have to go out and spend hours in the field under the sun, waiting time, letting the crops actually go through their seasons. We actually have accessibility right at our fingertips, but how many of us just go ahead and eat it and we're not even grateful for something so simple? They talk about it all the time. If you can't be grateful for the little things in life, the fact that we can wake up and drink alkaline water, we can go ahead and eat fruits to start our day, so simply, so accessible, then we're never going to be able to be grateful for the abundance that flows into our life. So people say these are the fundamental building blocks of success. It's true. So I love it. This was a great day to go ahead and start the day. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. How to go ahead and solve your problems, right? How we can go ahead and start solving them quickly. What are 3 tips? Well, here we go. I got them right here for you. You guys ready? 3 tips to go ahead and solve your problems. Number 1, here's what I want you to think about, okay? For any problem that you ever experience, for any walk of life, I don't care how old you are, how young you are, here's number 1. There's something that you could read about what it is that's going on in your life. Go ahead and give out any pillar of your life, any problem that you believe that you're struggling with right now. Drop it down below. Are you dealing with something with your health, your family, your spirit, your finances, your faith, your spirituality? Drop it down below. What area in your life are you struggling with? Right? Could be your family. Could be people not believing you. There's all of fitness, your mindset, right? Your spirituality, your faith, your gratitude, all of these different areas that you can really start to think about. What am I lacking in? And here's what I know, okay? There's probably a book that's out there that you can go ahead and read, an audio that you can listen to that's going to correlate to whatever it is that you're going through. Honestly, I believe this is why the word is so powerful as well, because it's the same idea. Whatever area of life that we're struggling with, that we're having, quote unquote hardships with, there's probably a word in there. In fact, I know there is, that's going to correlate and resonate with that specific part of your life. And this is when I realized that even myself, I need to get more tapped in, right? If I'm going through something, I want to be able to think of a verse right off the top of my head that can correlate with exactly that issue that I'm going through. So reading, okay? Take time to read. Take time to listen to audios. This is why unpersonal development is so important. So when you go out into the world, into this noisy piece of life, and you come across an obstacle, you're going to be able to handle it because you've already prepared for what's to come. So that's big, okay? Reading and audios. Number 2, and I kind of went over this yesterday, running and reading, but this is different, okay? Number 2 is going to be someone has already done this. Someone's 11:11, paint your vision. Somebody's already gone through what it is that you're going through that you can probably learn a lesson from them. So same thing with me, right? A couple years ago, I remember getting out of college, I was struggling, and I was looking at a lot of individuals around my age not feeling abundant, not living a fulfilling life. And I remember asking myself, okay, there's got to be something I'm missing. I just spent $33,000 going to college, but I'm missing the keys to success. How can we go out and really live a life of time freedom? So guess what? One of the first things that I did starting out, I picked up books. I started reading. I started taking the time to invest into myself, right? Books are so powerful because a lot of individuals, they put the keys inside of books for a reason. Why? Most people outside of school, they never pick up a book. They say the average person reads less than 4 books a year. The average CEO reads 4 books a month, right? Zuckerberg is reading 4 books a month. So I think that success leaves clues. That means that we should probably be reading a little bit more. I'll give you guys another idea. I remember 4 years ago, I learned I wasn't a big reader either, right? My mentor said, if you just read for 15 minutes a day, every day, just one chapter, something small, if you read for 15 minutes a day, every day, how much smarter would you be if you just shoved 20 200-page books of your preference and you automatically knew them like that? How much smarter would you be? How much more wisdom, how much more awareness, how much self-care would you actually have inside of you if you had all of this knowledge? Just 15 minutes a day. So I made that a part of my routine. So when you guys see me post on social media, reading the books, studying, this was something that I picked up years ago that I just made it a routine. I made it a habit. I made it second nature. Kind of like how taking a shower is second nature. So is listening to audio, so is reading, okay? Number 2, somebody who has done this, okay? When I first got into trading, I was going on Google, I was going on YouTube. I saw people winning, but I still thought it was a scam. I still didn't know if it could actually work for me. So I wanted to go the free route. So I went on Google, I went on YouTube, and I spent a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of money. And I got to a point where I realized, you know what? Let me actually find somebody who has success, that has a blueprint that I can follow and walk in their footsteps, right? That was the easiest way that I understood that I can fix my problem. I can go out and learn from my own mistakes, or I can spend a lifetime learning from my own mistakes, right? This is what Jim Rohn says. Or we can spend a lunch learning from a mentor's mistakes. Which would you rather have? I would rather take the lunch all day long. This is why I realized going to events, getting around individuals that had the experience, that had the success was so important. Why? Because it can cut your learning curve. What if you didn't have to go out and spend the thousands of dollars learning, but you could actually go ahead and spend that thousands of dollars instead of learning from mistakes, learning for knowledge and mentorship and cutting that learning curve. That's what I realized. It took me a little while because I'm hard-headed. I come from Philly, right? I've been scammed more times like a count. So at the beginning, sometimes you got to get burnt by the fire to learn, right? But eventually you understand that mentors is crucial because they've already been through what it is that you're probably looking to go through. So in every aspect of my life, I knew I needed mentorship, okay? If you go to the gym, you can get a lot done by yourself, but how much faster do you think you would build your body if you had somebody that gave you a meal plan? If you had somebody that walked you through and gave you an exercise blueprint for 6 out of 7 days of the week when you went to the gym, you probably have a lot better results in a lot more condensed period of time, right? Well, the same thing goes with life. The same thing goes with success. So find mentorship. Somebody's already done what you are looking to do, and you can save yourself a lot of time by listening to them and learning from their experience. Okay, so I had to find individuals who had already lived a life of time freedom training, who were already being able to get back to their family and learn the skill set because that's what I desired to do. I had never traded in my life, but if I could actually cut the learning curve and actually save myself time, that was something that I wanted to do. So find someone that has the results in whatever field that you're looking to grow in because you're going to be able to save yourself. Okay. Number 3, how to solve a problem. Third thing I want you to think about is ask yourself the question, what is something I can do that's different than what I'm doing right now? And that was me years ago. I kept spinning in circles. I was going on YouTube. I was asking the right questions, but I was asking them to the wrong people. So I got to a point, I was like, what do I need to do to get to the next level? Let me find somebody with results. Let me actually drop my ego and be willing to ask questions. Let me get out of my quote unquote comfort zone and start reading, start studying, start getting up a little bit earlier, start developing a routine, which seemed weird at the time, but this is where the real growth and transformation happens. So if you were to think about it, how much space do you need to allow to have awareness in your life? How much space do you need to allow? How much trash do you have that's taking up your mind, your habits, your thoughts right now that you need to get out so you can allow yourself to do something different to make a change inside of your life? For me, I kept doing the same routines. I was going out with the same people. I was hanging around the same types of crowds. I was hearing the same conversations, and I was wondering why I was in the same spot in my life. So guess what? I had to do something different. I had to change what I was listening to. I had to change what I was reading. I had to get around different levels of influence so my conversations could change. I went from talking about where we're going to go out tonight to talking about where we're going to go travel to go experience life next. Where are we going to go impact the next lives? What city are we going to go experience the culture next? The conversation started to shift once I started to do something different. And I allowed myself to not be stuck by my problem. You see, what I realized a lot of us do, everybody has problems, but it's so easy to just say, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and let this problem get to me, and problems pack up. How many of you have ever felt problems? They seem to stack up on each other. And it gets to a point where you're so overwhelmed that it's hard for you to take action because you've let so many things just build up that you get overwhelmed, you get frustrated, you get depressed, you get angry, and you wake up every day not excited. This comes from problem stacking. So if you can be aware that you can solve literally probably 85% of your problems with just these three things, being able to pick up a book, listen to an audio, okay, about whatever it is that you want to go ahead and get specified knowledge about. Number 2, find someone who's already been in the field, that's already done what you're looking to do. Your mentors probably already have individuals quit on them. They've already had people not believe in their vision. They've already thrown events and nobody showed up. They've already put out posts and got individuals that put a little bit of hate in the comments, right? So those emotions that you're feeling, they've probably already felt the same ones, went through it, and figured out a way to go ahead and get past it. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is something that you can do. What can you do today to go ahead and solve your problem? It's never an issue of being stuck with your problems. The problem is not be willing enough to find a way to solve it. There's always a way to go ahead and get it done. Okay, so if you want to learn how to trade, guess what? We have a full academy to go ahead and learn from beginner to advanced, right? With live sessions every day, all throughout the day. That was a problem that I had in my life. I was wondering, why am I living a mundane life? Why am I not excited to get up in the morning? It's because I didn't have the wealth keys. I didn't have access to type of information, and I didn't understand that I could live a life of time freedom by getting around the right people, by changing the way I thought, by starting to actually dive in and read books. So these are paradigm shifts that's crucial at some point or another inside of a journey that you're going to have to realize. And I'm telling you, it's not easy, but it is 1000% going to be worth it. Okay, so to go ahead and leave you off with this, you ready? What's the one thing you want to figure out right now? What's the one thing you really want to figure out? For me at the beginning, it was trading. I really wanted to learn the skill set of trading because I understood once I knew this skill set, I could have my money work for me anywhere that had Wi-Fi. So this was something I literally locked in. 90 days, 6 months, a year and a half, 2, 5 years. I said, I don't care how long it takes. This is something that I'm going to learn so I can be in the 5% of the wealthy. There's a reason why 5% have 95% of the income, right? Because they're having their money work for them. So I had a money problem. I had a time problem. In fact, the issue was I had a belief problem. The issue was I didn't understand that I can go out and achieve time freedom by learning a new skill set. I didn't believe that I can go out and become a different version of myself until. It's going to be one of your new favorite words, until. So what is the problem that you want to solve? Do you want to become a better trader? Do you want to go ahead and become a better leader? There's books, there's audios, we have mentorship, we have access to all of this information to go out and learn this specified knowledge if you're willing to go ahead and take the time, absorb it, but not only absorb it, the key is to take action, right? To know and to not do is to not know at all. And I've been there as well. So if there's the biggest thing I could give you is take the keys that you learn and go out and implement it, right? When you get on these calls, what is one thing that I can grab that I can go out and run with today? That I can go ahead and get 0.1% better, the principle of Kaizen today. So, family, that's my training for you guys today. Super short and sweet, but I want to give you a perspective that you're never stuck. There's always a way that you can grow every day. The information is there. In fact, I was talking about this yesterday. There's never going to be, most of the time, it's not a lack of resources. In fact, it's a lack of resourcefulness. Tony Robbins said it best. We have everything that we need. We have all the information. We have the blueprint. We have the system. We're in the greatest time to literally be living right here, right now, inside of 2022. There's never been more opportunity than what we have living than today from our smartphone. So to say I'm excited, to say I truly understand of the times that we're living in and how we can go ahead and make the most of it if you're willing to go ahead and make a decision and understand that you're not stuck. You can go ahead and live an abundant life if you're willing to be a problem solver and utilize 1, 2 of those 3. So family, with that being said, I love you. Go out and have a great day. I appreciate you. I love you. This is going to be a year where you're going to be able to look back and thank yourself for the decisions that you made today. So if nobody told you today, go out and have an abundant day. It's your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything that you can hold in your mind. Get ready, because you're soon going to be able to hold it in your hand. Time just has to catch up. Let's run it. Happy hump day. It's game time.